Professor Dennis-Kenji Kipker, who's a research director at the Cyber Intelligence Institute. He joins us now from Frankfurt in Germany. Really good to have you with us, Doctor. Firstly, these set of regulations are historic, given that the EU is probably one of the first jurisdictions to even contemplate laws governing artificial intelligence. What do you make of what the EU is proposing? Do these regulations go far enough?
Yeah, I think so. This is really a groundbreaking event because the AI Act, as you already mentioned, is the first real artificial intelligence legislation in the world. And this is also interesting for many other legislators. So it regulates how AI might be used and what conditions we have, what restrictions we have. And we have all these different risk groups in the use of AI. So for example, when you're just a company in the logistics center that sorts screws, this poses a very low risk to society. So you can use AI without any kind of regulation, but we have seen there are many dangers of AI. So if artificial intelligence, for example, is used in education, transportation, or medicine, this could influence school grades, flight routes, operations. And if companies want to use AI in these areas, they must test the systems themselves and have them also tested by the state. And this is completely new. And what we also seen is that there are high risk of social scoring. And this is why the European Union says we have a clear ban on social scoring based on the EU AI Act. So, for example, when you want to monitor citizens and have a scoring, social scoring based on AI, this is to be seen as an unacceptable risk according to the EU AI Act. So, EU AI Act also is a groundbreaking event and also groundbreaking rule for the protection of fundamental rights of citizens in the digital world.
Yes, and it seems that EU lawmakers were keen to get ahead of the development of AI technology. We know lawmakers around the world were slow to impose regulations on social media, for example. But is it even possible to regulate AI, given the fact that we already see deep fakes that have infiltrated various websites, news broadcasts? Is it even possible to rein in this technology and set laws around it?
Of course, this is a problem. So regulating AI is very complex, and there are existing challenges like fake news that already cause these problems due to AI. But in my personal opinion, it's still worth regulating AI because we are already facing so many dangers. And there might be some difficulties we might face. For example, we have very fast moving technology, so AI is constantly evolving, making it very difficult to write future-proof regulations. And we have this complexity of AI systems. So we are still tackling on how to understand how some AI systems arrive at their decisions, for example. So it might be difficult to identify and address potential biases. And there's also, of course, a challenge of balancing innovation and state control. And despite all these challenges, I think there are very good reasons for AI regulation because we really need to mitigate potential harms that can be caused by AI systems regarding discrimination, privacy violations, or any other kind of malicious purposes such as cyber attacks. And we also need to enhance consumer trust and transparency because otherwise AI systems won't be successful. So we need clear regulations that can build up this public trust in AI and encourage responsible development by companies. And last but not least, we need to protect the fundamental rights. So regulations like the AI Act, the European Union can definitely ensure that AI is used in a way that respects human rights like privacy and fairness, and that there are no decision biases.
Yes, and we know that China is seriously looking at its own set of AI regulations. A lot of this AI technology is coming out of the United States. Do you expect Washington to be closely monitoring events in the EU and perhaps develop their own set of regulations in due course?
Yeah, definitely. As you mentioned it, this is not only a political thing, but this is also a thing coming from the companies. And this is why not only the US, but also China are interested in how artificial intelligence is regulated in the European Union. And when we take a look at the companies, we see them reacting on this already. And this is why the legislators all around the world are taking care. So, for example, we have large-sized companies that are, of course, heavily interested in AI. So they are already proactively adapting their practices to comply with the European AI Act. So what they are doing and what also other legislators in the world will be doing is reviewing AI systems and development process for AI systems, to identify these potential risks I mentioned before, to invest in building robust data management and security infrastructure for the safe and secure use of AI, and also to develop clear documentation for AI systems. And all this means engaging with regulators and industry bodies of the companies themselves to understand all these regulatory implications fully regarding artificial intelligence.
Okay, Professor Dennis-Kenji Kipker, we'll have to leave it there, but really good to get your analysis on this very complex issue. Thank you.